Blah, y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov, what it do? The outlet to reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama or maybe hide from your baby mama. Just kidding. But anyways, fans, thank you for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Cha-ching! And today we have a very, very special guest, one of my favorite TikTok stars of all time. Give it up for Real Juice Crazy. What's up, squad?
What's
What's
up?
up? How you doing?
Good, man. Baruch Hashem.
I love
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. So real quick, guys, I want to share a little quick story. I feel like, it's important to share for some of my fans who don't know. So I went to a public school in Chicago, was predominantly, Black and Hispanics. And I was very religious in high school. I had my peyot really long. I had my kippah. And the problem was, when I got to class, I remember like it was yesterday. I had, students next to me questioning me like, hey, you're Catholic, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not Catholic. And he's like, nah, bro, you playing, right? I'm like, no, for real, I'm not. I'm Jewish. He's like, nah, you can't be. You're Hispanic. I'm like, bro, there's a word I don't know if you heard of, but it's called Sephardi. I'm Sephardic. He's like, man, don't give me no big words. I know you lying. So I show him my Star of David that my mom gave me. He goes, nah, that can't be. And so next he started cursing me out. And then his friend jumped in and was just horrible. Like I was like, man, I'm trying to defend myself. I got nobody, to protect me. And the crazy thing is, it got worse every time, every week. And I remember one time it was like math class. And, it's, my favorite subject with math. And Miss Feldman, who happens to be Jewish, she was one of my favorite teachers. Basically, one of the girls in the back, she was making fun of me. She's like, oh my gosh, look at David. Look at that Jewish guy. Look, he think he's all that. And she was just making fun of me, like, calling me names. And all the kids were laughing in the back. And so, like you guys know too, that it's one of the biggest, for us and from tradition, that if you embarrass someone, it's the same like killing someone. You know what I'm saying? In the Talmud, this way it teaches. So I was so embarrassed. I turned red. I felt bad. I almost wanted to like, yell and just walk out. My teacher stepped in and she's like, you know what, guys? Actually, my best friends happen to be Mexicans and they're also Jewish. So David's not alone. I'm here for him. And she basically calmed down the situation. And I was so happy. I came after class and I said, Miss Feldman, thank you for, defending me because, I don't have anybody. And I'm really glad that you were here for me. And she's like, yeah, of course. We got to look out for each other. She always invited me for Shabbat. So that was really nice. I couldn't go, but, it's the custom, right? When we invite for Shabbos or Shabbat. So I was like, man, thank you. So it's a little, short story I wanted to share how bullying, I don't think it's okay. I think that it's okay to represent your faith, share what you know. I think the biggest problem is that a lot of people, especially different communities outside the Jewish community, they're very like closed-minded. They probably never had a friend that was Jewish, probably never grew up with or learned about Torah or anything. So I think that's what keeps them in the box because they see what's on TV and they think that's everybody like that, but it's not like that. And one thing too, I want to, real quick to end my story. I talked to my rabbi and I said, Rabbi, I need your help. What can I do differently? Because I feel persecuted like every day. He's like, well, technically, David, it's good that you're fighting for yourself, but I don't want you to get hurt because I was fighting like almost every week, like physical fight. And he goes, look, I don't want you to get hurt. These kids, they don't get it. Technically, wearing the kippah is a rabbinical law, so if you have to protect yourself, don't wear it, even though I know in your heart you want to keep it on. But if it's going to protect you from getting hurt, because I don't want you to end up in the hospital, I got to go see you. And, it could get worse. I think give it some time. Eventually, people are going to accept you. And it was true. The moment got better. And I just wanted to share that with you too. So, anyways, to our main topic of today, Give it up for Real Juice Crazy. What's up, squad? Real quick, so my, so my fans to know you more. Tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from,
Mhm.
and what neighborhood too.
Tell me, you want to start this?
Slam dunk. Go for it.
All right. Well, my name is Jesse. Obviously, that's Tomer. We're as a duo. We're Jew Crazy. We're brothers-in-law. I mean, we both live in Brooklyn. We really started making videos together before TikTok. It's Tomer always had ideas like different videos he wants to make. He's like, yo, come in this one, come in that one, whatever. And then, eventually once TikTok came around, it was around for a decent amount of time before we even decided to even look at it. But then eventually we just I think Tomer was like, yo, let's try one of these trends and see what happens. And we tried it and just took off from there.
Wow, that's crazy. And I love you guys. You guys sing together. There's some people when they do videos, I'm like, oh, I don't know if they're good together, but you guys are like the best. I'll be waking up in the morning. I was like, man, I gotta get some motivation. And so I'll watch it and I'll press play. I was like, oh, Steph, I'm ready. Let's go. Because you guys are so funny. Like the music is on point. You guys dance. I mean, you guys look like you're having fun all the time. I don't know if I'm right, but I think I'm right. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, we do have to rush a lot of the videos because Tomer is married with 3 kids. So when we're able to get a video in, a lot of times we're rushing it. So we're in the moment and I'm trying to get the best we can and then boom. But we definitely have had fun making some videos.
Wow, that's amazing. And what about you, brother? What about you? A little bit about yourself.
I actually have a very similar story to you. I mean, thank God I wasn't picked on. The only time I went to public school as a kid until I was 10 years old in Florida. And it was about 10 years old or so. I started wearing a kippah on my head for about 2 months. Then I went to Jewish school for 4th grade. And thank God no one ever bothered me. One of the teachers saw me wearing it. One of the art teachers, she brought me over and she's took me out of class once. And I was like, this is sick. I get to skip class. She's like, come, and she took me to a room and she was just painting with me. And we're talking. She told me she's Jewish and she saw me wearing a kippah and she just wanted to talk to me. If you need any help or anything, let me know. I never asked her for help or anything like that, but it was pretty cool. It was just she was sort of this is family, and I could spot you from a mile away. But I thank God I never got beat up for it. I don't know what that's like, man. I have no idea.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I'm thankful that I knew self-defense, but there's so much it can only take you. It's crazy. I feel like, I wasn't planning to get bullied. I just think that, sometimes I feel like, and it's true. I don't know if you guys believe this or not, but I feel like when you pray, when you do tefillah, right, and you pray for patience, right, I feel like Hashem does test you, with patience. And it's I feel that if I never had the experience I had in high school, I wouldn't be the person I am today. That's how I look at it. You always want to see even though it could look negative, you could see the light eventually. You know what I'm saying? Always don't think always bad, sad things. You always look the good, and everything.
You always have to look for the positive in everything.
Exactly.
It's there somewhere. You just got to find it.
Right. There you go. So real quick, I want to ask you guys something because this is very interesting. I saw you guys got banned 8 times, right? If I'm not mistaken, from TikTok.
9 times.
9 times. Oh, Steph, I missed one. Okay. So tell me, how did it start? Was it when you were showing how to put when you were praying? Was it that video or was it something else that you guys posted?
So it wasn't any specific video. That's the whole thing about this. They didn't ban us for violating a community guide. Well, that's the reason they gave. But they didn't. No video was taken down. Nothing like that happened. All we got was notification saying, "Hey, you're banned." We're like, "What? What did we do?" There's nothing there. So then, the next day or something, we got banned again. They double banned us before we could even do anything. So we appealed it, and they wrote us an email back saying, "We reviewed your account. We find no current community guidance violations and your account's reinstated." We're like, okay, good. So we post a new video. 10 minutes after you post it, banned again. We're like, all right, what's going on here? And then banned again. So again, nothing was taken down at first. It was they just banned us simply everything just for being Jewish. I think maybe there's a bunch of people who mass report us who don't like us because we're Jewish. Not exactly sure what it is, but there wasn't any violation on our part. They got us banned.
That's crazy, man. That's like so like discrimination. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you guys are doing something that's so positive. I don't see nothing bad, to be honest. I mean, I watch it. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that, you know, to this day, there's still people that, you know, that don't like Jewish people and they don't like the faith. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. So real quick, so when you dispute it, right? When you appeal it, do you guys have to wait like a couple days until you guys could like because I know on YouTube I had to dispute a video. I had somebody on who played the piano and they were saying, "Oh, you're using copyright." I said, "How if the artist is with me right here and he's the producer of the song?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to strike you down. So next strike, you'll get kicked out of YouTube." I was like, that's really dumb because you know I'm just supporting this artist and he gave me the okay. So it's kind of similar to TikTok like that.
So what we had to do was, I mean, we first went through the app, but they're not responding, or they respond and they're like, and they give like a generic response that doesn't mean anything. So we got an email called community manager at TikTok. So we emailed them and they responded, "We're going to review your account and we'll give us a response within 48 hours. And within 48 hours, they did give a response and say, you know, there's nothing wrong. But then when we kept getting banned, we kept reaching out to them. They were ignoring us until we had to kind of threaten them and say, "Listen, you're banning us for being Jewish. You're being anti-Semitic. What's going on here? Fix our account." And they didn't respond, but we saw that our account was reactivated magically.
Whoa.
They didn't tell us that, but we just saw we were able to, because I think they didn't want to put the proof in writing, like agreeing that they were wrong. So they kept unbanning us without actually telling us that we're unbanned.
What was the time span on this, Yossi? Was this like we got banned 9 times in like 10 days or like a week or 2 weeks? What was it again?
It was in about 2 weeks. Yeah. About 2 weeks span.
Only one time they banned us for an actual video that they did not let us put back. But that was like after 3 bans.
I was after 4 bans. And that video should never have been taken down in the first place. But they were just going out against us and everything. So they took that down and we appealed it. And they didn't even let us do anything with it. And they just kept it down.
Whoa, that's crazy, man. It's crazy how like TikTok is supposed to be like so diverse and you know and community. You know,
no, they are, except for Jews.
right. So it's not fair. You know what I'm saying?
They're very diverse for like booty shaking and all that stuff. But when it comes to
right, and that's kind of weird, right? They're letting people that are like exposing themselves in a different way, which could be looked at a negative light, right? It's not really promoting peace, right? That's just, you know, things that kids shouldn't be watching, by the way. Kids, if you're out there, don't watch that, you know, close your eyes, change the channel, you know what I'm saying? Turn on some news, don't watch that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, it's so true. But dang, that's crazy. And I thought your story was crazy because I've never seen that happen ever. Like I thought it was like the first case I've ever seen, you know, being banned. And I was gonna ask you guys something too. So for you guys, right, doing TikTok and stuff like that, have you guys been like invited to any events to, you know, to speak, you know, in the podium or anything for any like events?
Yeah, we were invited to speak for Maccabee Task Force, I believe it was, right? Maccabee Task Force. They asked us like anti-Semitism on the app, and that was actually very nice. We had a good time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because of COVID, it was nothing in person, but it was like an online conference for I think like high school and college students, which was cool.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's great news. And one thing I want to ask you guys, right? Because I know you guys have a short time, so that's why I'm trying to make it short. I was gonna ask you. So, do you guys have any like advice for young people that actually want to start TikTok?
You want to go, Taylor?
Go for it, man.
All right. First thing I would say is you're not going to be ready for what you're gonna for everything that you're gonna receive on that. Meaning you gotta. I mean, you can prepare as much as you want for it, but at the end of the day, the hate comments stuff are gonna come, and you're not gonna be ready for it, no matter how much you prepare. So the advice that I would give, we would give really is, try to make like content that you actually enjoy and something you want to give out to people, and try to not let what others say affect you, because at the end of the day, people like to hate just to hate. And if that's the way they want to live their life, good for them, but don't try not to let it affect you. Again, it's not, it's not just like, boom, okay, it doesn't affect me. It's going to affect you, but try your best to not let it affect you and try to have a good time, because that's what TikTok's about.
We actually have a system that me and Yossi use, and it's that if the haters get real bad or if they say something really interesting, we're like, you know what? Thank you. This is a blessing. You just threw us a video. We'll take their comment, we'll throw it on the screen, and we'll have fun. We won't go. It's not going to be like tick for tack. We're not going to go and try to be even with them. We're just going to have fun with it. That's what we're doing.
We use their hate and make it into comedy.
I like that. That's pretty smart technique. I like that. And last thing to wrap it up, guys. Any last pasuk or verse that you could think of in the Torah or the Talmud that you can share to us that means something to you?
Yeah, that's my jam. I'll go first. Yossi, you take your time to think of something, all right?
You got this covered.
My favorite thing, something that applies to my life a lot. I try to. Lately I've been failing at it, but I gotta get better. Back to where I used to be. It's called tracht gut and sein gut. It means in Yiddish like think good and it'll be good. And like there's really like a lot to learn. I'll give you just like a short version of this. But when it says like at Yom Kippur, when it comes to Yom Kippur, you need to like actually every year by Yom Kippur, Hashem. My boy wants to be in the video.
Oh.
Okay, all right. Sorry. So every year by Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, it's decided how much money you're gonna make that coming up year, right? During those high holidays. You want to be in the video? Say hi.
Hi.
You're late. So you want to throw a Pokeball at them? Yeah. All right. Say good night. Say good night.
Like, get off me.
Okay. We're ruining the show, buddy. Actually making it better. You're making it better. I know you are. I love you. I love you. Yossi, you go. You say something. I'll follow up in a second.
You're doing great. Keep it happening. It's just really I don't know, have a specific like verse, but it's really about just try to think positive and look at everything, as we said before, about find the positive in everything, because there's a lot of negative. You got to find the positive. And then another big thing is everything happens for a reason, right? You may not see the reason, you may not understand it, you may feel bad about it, but everything does happen for a reason. So you got to trust that God has his reason for everything, and that's why it is happening.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So I was going to say that yes, that was awesome. And that is a very deep one that we all live by. When it comes to think good and it'll be good, it's one of the things that you actually have to work on it. And what that means is that every year during that time when God says you're going to be making, let's say this year you're making $75,000. Technically, you could just stay at home. If that's what I'm meant to make, and I'm not going to make a penny more or less, then I could just stay home and God will just have that money shipped to me somehow, right? I'm going to get that money. It's owed to me. That's going to happen. But the truth is you actually have to get up. You have to go earn that money. And the reason is because you have to make a vessel. You have to make a vessel, like a bowl. You have to make a bowl in order for the milk and cereal to be collected. You have to make a bowl to catch it. So it's the same thing with tracht gut and sein gut. If you think good, it'll be good. Like a lot of times when someone, let's say we have a date and someone stands us up or something like that, or we have, I'm going to meet up with my friend. Yossi said we're going to make a video tonight and we don't, something like that. And you want to think like, you know what? Maybe he doesn't want to hang out with me anymore. Maybe he doesn't like me. Maybe he found someone else to partner up with. Automatically, you get these negative thoughts. And so it actually takes work. It takes an effort to sit there and say, no, everything's good. I hope everything's okay with him. He's safe. And I'm sure he has a valid reason. And even if he doesn't, it's okay. Like you don't live your life always having these negative thoughts. So that's why you have to actually make a vessel. So if you think good, if you actually force your mind to think that everything that's happening is good, then God will do the rest. And he'll pour that vessel. He'll pour into the vessel the blessing. So if you think good, you make the vessel, God will make it good. So that's
I like that. That was deep. That was deep. Thank you, brother. Well, real quick, guys, thank y'all for coming through. This is the Outlet to Reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. You guys check me out on YouTube, Spotify. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching! And man, we're gonna have a good time. Thank you, brothers. I hope to see you guys soon. And our fans, where can they find you, my brothers?
TikTok, we're Jew Crazy, and Instagram, we're Real Jew Crazy.
I love it. All right, man. Shalom, my brothers.
Take care.